How you doing, YouTube? This is Gunnery Sergeant 67 bringing you another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is going to be on the 10 C's and a D of survival. Alright YouTube, let's get into it. Alright, so like I said at the intro of the video, what you have before you is the 10 C's and a D of survival. Now the 10 C's were created by Dave Canabera, and if you guys don't know him, he has a very successful survivalist and bushcraft school called the Pathfinder School. I think he was made famous from a survival channel called Dual Survival with Cody Lundin. Back in the early 2000s or 2010s and on, I do believe. And then he left the show. I understand that he was also in the military, in the Army. I'm not quite sure if he was in Special Forces. I think he was. But anyways, he's the one who created the terminology and the concept of the 10 C's of survival. Now I'm going to throw my spin on this, and I'm going to add an item to this. Hence, at the beginning of the video when I said the 10 C's and a D of survival. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and break this down by the first 5 most important C's, and then I'm going to discuss those, and then I'm going to break down the second 5 most important, and then we'll get to the D. Alright, let's start with the first 5 of the 10 C's of survival. Alright, the first 5 C's of survival. The first C is going to be a cutting tool. Now, for purposes of this video, and I went ahead and selected the Mora Garberg carbon steel variant. Now, like I've reviewed this before, and I've went ahead and said that this is starting to become my most favorite knife. This has got a 3/16 thick spine, 4.2 inch blade. It's very it's not too big. It's good for batoning, small and medium sized wood. It's perfect for skinning and any other type of cutting task. Now, also too though, because this is carbon steel, you can utilize specific rocks like quartz and of course flint, and you can grab the knife right here and you can hit it, and you can actually, this knife can aid you because it's carbon steel in fire making. It makes sparks if you have really fine tinder, or if you have char cloth, then the sparks from that knife, the carbon steel and the rock, can ignite that char cloth actually pretty easy. So that's the first C of the 10 C's in 1D of survival. The second thing that is in the top 5 is combustion. Now for combustion, what I picked was this 6-inch long, 1/2-inch thick ferro rod. I don't know if you guys can see that gorilla emblem. This is a Holtzman Gorilla Survival Ferro Rod. This throws ridiculously hot sparks. A lot of sparks. This thing is phenomenal. Like, I love this thing. I've only used it a couple times. It's fairly new, but Holtzman says that it can go ahead and have well over 16,000 strikes, so it's a beefy enough ferro rod, and so far it hasn't let me down. All right, that is the second item of the 10 C's. The third item is going to be cover. Now, cover for me, I just picked a Marine Corps poncho. It's perfect for to be utilized as a tarp. It's perfect for water collection. It's perfect to, of course, wear it as a poncho as it was originally intended. And it's perfect to be utilized as a litter if you need to, or carrying wood or anything like that. It's just very versatile, and for me, it is perfect to utilize in my kit as a cover item. The fourth thing, that was number 3 and the 10 C's of survivability. The fourth item in the background right here is my Pathfinder School 32-ounce water container cook set. Now with that cook set, you also, of course, you get the water bottle, but then you also get a 25-ounce canteen cup or nesting cup, and then you also get the stove, the mini stove that you can go ahead and put the water bottle on. You can put that in the fire, raise it up, makes it a little easier to pull the water bottle off. And that is perfect for collecting water, heating it up, purifying it, and then you take that purified water once it's come to a boil and it's killed all the pathogens, and then you can pour the majority of it in your Pathfinder's nesting cup, and then you can go ahead and fill it back up, your water bottle, put it back in the fire, and you can continue that purification process while at the same time you're letting the purified water, the water that you just purified, cooled, and drink, you start hydrating. So that is the fourth item of the 10 C's of survivability. The fifth item is cordage. For me, this is 100 feet from outdoor gear of survival paracord. Now, survival paracord, in my opinion, is superior to normal paracord. Normal paracords just has the 7 strands, and it can hold 550 pounds of weight. But survival paracord, it has the original 7 strands, but then it also has a strand of jute twine, so you can go ahead and utilize it in fire starting if you want. It has a fishing line, and then it also has a small gauged wire cord in there that you can utilize for snare wire. Very versatile paracord, and since I've been using it, I don't want to go back to paracord. Alright, so these are the 5 of the most important of the 10 C's of survivability. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the second 5 of the 10 C's of survivability. All right, items 6 through 10. As Dave Canterbury says, the first 5 C's are the hardest to recreate out in the wild, so those are the most important. These next 5 C's that you see in front of you are definitely important, but if you have to, you can do without. But if you have them, they definitely make survivability a lot easier. Let's go ahead and go over them. Number 6 of the 10 C's of survivability is going to be a candling device. Me, I just got a normal Energizer headlamp. It's got the red light so I can utilize, that way it's subdued. I can do things more stealthy, and it's going to be harder for people to see my light signature. It's got the normal settings. It's got the flashing light, that way I can utilize it to get somebody's attention at night if I'm in distress or an emergency or something like that. And being a headlamp, I can put it on my head and it allows my hands to be free so I can do other tasks that require both hands. All right, and that's the 6th C, candling device. All right, the 7th C is going to be cotton bandana. Me personally, the cotton bandana is perfectly fine, but me personally, I like this 100% Schmog. It is bigger than a normal cotton bandana. You can utilize it as a face covering. You can utilize it to as a splint. If you hurt one of your arms, you can go ahead and wrap it up. You can utilize it as a bandage. You can utilize it to collect wall edibles, or you can utilize it to collect tinder. All kinds of uses can be used with this Schmog. Additionally, as well, you can also cut small pieces off of it, and you could make char cloth if you need to. And anybody that's ever dealt with char cloth, it is very, very flammable. All you need is one little spark to catch onto that char cloth, and you can easily start a fire. So that is the number 7 of the 10 C's of survivability, cotton bandana. Number 8 is going to be cargo tape. Cargo tape, me personally, I like Gorilla Tape. This tape is mega sticky. It's extremely durable. It's mega strong. Here recently, I've actually used it to repair my kit out in the field. I got in my wife's bug out bag, she has a marine poncho liner, and I actually utilized it to cover some rifle cases when we were transporting them from the range, and I put that in the back of my truck. I covered it up with a poncho, and it had caught on one of the sharp edges and it ripped. So all I did was flatten out where it ripped, and then on the inside I put a piece of Gorilla Tape on it, and on the front and the back, and it was just fine. It sealed it up. So later on, I've got to pull that tape off and actually fix it properly. So that is the number 8 item of the 10 C's of survivability, is cargo tape. All right. The number 9th item of the 10 C's of survivability is going to be a canvassing needle. Now, in this thing that looks like a mini cigar, inside of it, I have a bunch of canvassing needles. I've got some really large ones. I think this is like 3.5, 4 inches. And they've got a triangular head. These are perfect for thicker fabrics like canvas, leather working, and I've got 2 that size. I've got 2 that are 2.5 inches, and then I've got 2 in here that are 1 3/4 inches. Very, very useful in repairing your gear. Actually, that poncho that I was just talking about that I ripped, I'm actually going to use this and take some thicker sewing thread and probably go ahead and fix that poncho utilizing this. But yes, the canvassing needles are perfect for fixing your gear. If your pack gets a hole in it, if your poncho does, you can go ahead and utilize some of your paracord. You can cut the length that you need, take out some of those strands, use that canvassing needle, and easily fill up rips and holes and patching your gear up. Your packs, your ponchos, your normal clothing, all of those can be utilized. And also there is some medical uses. The smaller ones, you can go ahead and utilize those to pull out splinters from your hands, things like that. So that is the number 9 item of the 10 items of survivability, canvassing needle. The 10th item of the 10 C's of survivability is going to be a compass. I just got a normal compass right here. Just a normal compass. And then what I like about this one is you've got this magnifying glass right here. You can also use it to help you in fire making as well. But yes, utilize this with your area map. Preferably if you can go ahead and get a topographic map of your area, that'd be even better. And it will help you with orienteering and getting you from point A to point B. All right, so those are the items 6 through 10 of the 10 C's of survivability. Now, what I said earlier was that I have modified Dave Canabero's 10 C's of survivability, and I've added a letter. I've added an item, a D, and we're going to discuss that right now. All right, so my final item of the 10 C's of the 10 C's and a D of survivability is a defensive tool. That's what the D stands for, defensive tool. And in front of you, I have a Ruger new model Blackhawk conversion model. It has an extra cylinder that it comes with, which is right there, which is chambered in 9mm. The cylinder that's in it right now is 357 Magnum, and of course you can go ahead and put 38 Special in a 357 Magnum chamber. For me, if I'm going to be going anywhere, whether it be out in the bush, for camping or hiking, or if I'm bugging out, or any situation to where I am picking up and going from point A to point B, it's not just your kit of your 10 C's of survival. It's also, in my opinion, you need a defensive tool, whether it be a firearm like this, whether it be a crossbow, whether it be a spear, anything like that, a bow and arrow, compound bow, any of those things. In my personal opinion, part of the 10 C's needs to have a D, a defensive tool. I have what I will be bringing with me is I have a tiny little Pelican case that has 36 rounds of Hornady 180 grain, and then I've got 2 6-round Bianchi speed strips of the same ammo. In addition to that, I also have CCI mini mags of 357 38 Special shot shells. That'd be perfect for taking small game. And then I also would be bringing my weapons cleaning kit. It's got frog lube in there, it's got rags, it's got patches. I've got a way to go ahead and clean the barrel. So anything I need to go ahead and upkeep this weapon, I have it right here. So, all right, YouTube, that is my 10 C's and a D of survivability. Please, if you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you like this content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share with your friends. Let me know what you like and what you don't like down in the comments. Do you like my 10 C's and a D of survivability? Do you think I need to add anything, take anything away? Yep, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. All right, YouTube, this is Gunnery Sergeant 67. I'm out.